Oh, that song is just so catchy. What a spectacular performance of it. Well, Justin Bieber released a new album, Swag, on July 11th, 2025. He's largely stepped out of the limelight for mental health reasons and to take care of his son, Jack Blues Bieber, who was born in August 2024. In other words, he has not made public appearances or giving interviews in the last few years. In today's lesson, we'll look at two interviews where Bieber shares challenges he's had with the media, and of course, learn a ton of advanced English expressions. And if you want to speak English confidently and naturally, then I'd love to help. Hit the subscribe button and bell down below because every week we make lessons like this so you can understand fast-speaking natives without getting lost, without missing the jokes, and without subtitles. Over 10 million learners can't be wrong. So in this first clip, we see Bieber at 22 years old talking to British comedian Alan Carr about his obsessed fans.
I've had your fans screaming outside my dressing room all night. How do you cope with all that screeching?
I'm pretty used to it now. I got to the
Really?
point where I'm just like, yeah, just like, it's everywhere I go.
Because I came to the window and I just had a shower and my dressing gown fell open. They soon stopped screaming then, I tell you.
Wow, that clip was short, but absolutely packed with advanced English vocabulary and pronunciation for us to break down. But before we learn all those advanced expressions you saw in blue, I want to give you a pro tip. Don't just watch this lesson. Experience it on the Real Life English app. Let me give you 3 big reasons. Vocabulary flashcards and writing exercises that use intelligent technology, so you remember expressions like step out of the limelight and be caught up in something forever. No more forgetting after just hours or minutes. Then, interactive transcript. Tap any word you don't know and boom, instant definition. No more pausing to look stuff up. And finally, ad-free experience. The app really is the perfect environment for learning because there is nothing to annoy or distract you, like on YouTube. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself why the app already has over 2 million downloads and tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. Get access to this premium lesson for free in the app right now by tapping the link in the description from your phone. Alright, let's dive into some fascinating expressions from that first clip. First up, let's talk about what the host asked Bieber.
I've had your fans screaming outside my dressing room all night. How do you cope with all that screeching?
So screeching is that high-pitched, loud screaming sound, like when fans get super excited and basically shriek at the top of their lungs. You might also hear screeching when car brakes slam on suddenly, or when a bird like a parrot makes that sharp, piercing sound. Now, to cope means to deal with or handle a difficult situation. It's about managing stress or challenges without falling apart. For example, you might cope with a heavy workload by taking breaks, or cope with sadness by talking to friends. Check out this example from The Simpsons.
This is so hard.
Get used to it. We ballerinas are under constant pressure to stay focused, skinny, graceful, and skinny.
How do you cope with it?
You find out what works for you.
By the way, did you notice how Alan Carr pronounced this question?
How do you cope with all that screeching?
You want to speak English naturally and understand natives, right? Well, one key to this is called connected speech. It's how natives cut, reduce, and link words together in fluent speech. It's really common in questions like this, which can sound like just one word. First of all, when you encounter a D plus a Y in English, they often morph into a J sound. The word do lost its vowel sound here, and combined with you, it gives a Jew sound. So we hear all 3 words linked together and it doesn't sound like how do you, but how do. I recommend that you pay attention to this anytime you hear someone ask a question in English. For now, the only way you'll improve your speaking is, well, by speaking. So listen to Alan again and try to say it just like him.
How do you cope with all that screeching? How How do you cope with all that screeching?
And here's Bieber's response about how he copes.
I'm pretty used to it now. I got to the point where I'm just like, yeah, just like, it's everywhere I go.
This gives us a couple of great expressions. First, to get to the point where means to reach a certain stage or level of something, usually after a gradual process. Like, I got to the point where I couldn't stand my old job anymore. Or she got to the point where she could speak French fluently. Next, we have to be like, and this is super common in casual speech. It's an informal way to express your attitude or reaction to something. Instead of saying I think or I feel, young people say I'm like. It's very conversational and relaxed, and I'd say young people use it more than older people. Let's check out how Bieber uses connected speech too and practice our speaking again.
I'm pretty used to it now.
Wow, this flows just like music. Let's check out a couple patterns here. The word it isn't pronounced with a true T sound in American English. It gets cut off at the back of the throat and becomes what's called a glottal T. So it's not it, but it. It. The most common sound in English is the schwa, which sounds like If this sound doesn't exist in your native language, you should practice it a lot. For example, the to here reduces to ta. It happened again when Bieber said, I got to the point.
I'm pretty used to it now. I got to the point where I'm just like, yeah.
Well, we have a D and T together. Usually we just pronounce one of them. So when he said used to, Bieber dropped the D sound. Used to. Finally, when we have a T surrounded by two vowels in American English, it morphs into a soft D sound, duh, like in butter or matter. He said pretty instead of pretty. Wow, that was a lot. Let's put it all together. I'm pretty used to it now. I'm pretty used to it now. Now I want to challenge you to listen again and try to say it just like Bieber.
I'm pretty used to it now. I'm pretty used to it now.
Finally, Alan shares this funny and probably untrue story.
I came to the window and I just had a shower and my dressing gown fell open. I soon stopped screaming then, I tell you.
A dressing gown is what British people call that loose, comfortable garment you wear after showering or lounging at home. Americans would typically just say robe. In this emotional interview with Zane Lowe, Bieber, now 26, opens up about mental health challenges and his desire to protect young artists like Billie Eilish from suffering the same pressure and abuse from media that he did.
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So, yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters, and I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So, yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
Bieber starts with this heartfelt message about Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry.
When someone says the industry, they're referring to the entertainment business, music, film, TV, all of it. It's like this big machine with record labels, managers, media, and everyone trying to make money. People in entertainment always refer to it simply as the industry. Then comes this powerful line.
Not knowing where to turn and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
All right, knowing where to turn means knowing who to go to for help or support when you're in trouble. It's about having people you can rely on. If you don't know where to turn, you feel lost and alone with your problems. Like how you might sometimes feel stuck and lost in your English learning and not know where to turn for answers. That's exactly why we created the Real Life English app. We wanted to be that reliable partner on your journey to confident natural English. Let me show you how the flashcards that I mentioned earlier work firsthand. I'm gonna pop open our recent lesson with Billie Eilish. Check out how amazing these are for adding new expressions to your long-term memory. So as soon as you activate the deck with flashcards, you will see different options how you can personalize your learning session. For example, you can choose a type of an exercise, whether you want to practice with flashcards only, or you also want to learn the spelling of the words. In this case, you should choose writing, or you can do both. If you're trying it out for the first time, feel free to stick to the default setting. So let's see how it works. We open the flashcards and we read the definition first. To repeat the same thing over and over again, often in an annoying way. You can use the hint to help you guess or remember the correct answer if you've already watched the lesson before. So the example sentence goes like, every time I call customer service, blank, giving me the same response. Before clicking on answer, try to give your own variant. Now, the correct answer is to sound like a broken record. You can also practice the correct pronunciation.
Sound like a broken record.
So, did you know the word or did you remember it right if you learned it with our lesson before? Yes? Sort of? No. Let's try another one. Again, we read the definition first. Feeling extremely sad or emotionally destroyed. And the example. I know it's just a breakup, but I'm honestly blank right now. Try to guess or remember the word. And the answer is shattered. No worries if you forgot some. Without actively reviewing what you learn, you'll keep forgetting those words and expressions when you really need them in real-life conversations. Don't let frustration and ineffective methods of learning stay in the way to your English fluency. By clicking the link in the description below, you will get access to the flashcards for this Justin Bieber lesson for free right now. And never forget all the advanced expressions we are learning by tapping the link in the description from your phone. Now, let's see a similar expression to knowing where to turn that Bieber used next.
Not knowing where to turn and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
So, turning their back on you in a second. Wow, that's harsh, but so real. This means people quickly abandon or reject you, usually when you need them most. One moment they're supporting you, the next they've completely cut you off. Let's look at this next part.
So, yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her.
Count on someone means to rely on them or trust that they'll be there for you. It's about dependability. You can count on your best friend to listen when you're upset or count on your parents for support. Check out this other example.
I won't ever hurt you. I promise. I won't let you down. You can count on me.
Here's a beautiful sentiment.
It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, let her do her thing, and if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her, but...
What do you think Justin meant when he said he's letting Billie do her thing? He's allowing her to make her own mistakes. He's supporting her career. He's giving her advice. So, to let someone do their thing means to allow them to be themselves and make their own choices without interfering. It's about giving people space and freedom, like when parents let their adult children make their own decisions, or when you let your friend handle a situation their own way. And Bieber continues that he'll be here for Billie if she needs him. What a warm expression. If you are here or there for someone, you provide emotional support and are available when they need you. It's more than just physical presence, it's about being emotionally supportive and reliable. Moving on, Bieber starts to become genuinely emotional, thinking about other young artists having to suffer with experiences like his.
But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters and
Take something for granted means to not appreciate its value because you assume it will always be there. People often take their health for granted until they get sick, or take their friends for granted until they are gone.
I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So, yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
What do you think Justin means when he says, I don't want Billie to lose it? He doesn't want her to lose her talent, have lies told about her, or go crazy. Lose it is a slang for losing control emotionally or mentally, basically going crazy or having a breakdown. It's what happens when the pressure becomes too much and you can't handle it anymore. Check out this example when mom threatens she's losing it.
All right, that's it. Hey, you two, knock it off. Mom's losing it, I'm losing it. All right, come on, break it up.
I don't wish that upon anybody is a formal way of saying you wouldn't want anyone to experience something terrible, usually that you already experience yourself. It shows empathy and compassion. And now this touching conclusion.
So, yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
Just a call away means you're easily reachable and ready to help immediately. It emphasizes how available and willing you are to support someone. Just like in the popular Charlie Puth song.
I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day.
Amazing job! Today's lesson has been not only a challenge for your English, but also an emotional roller coaster. It's amazing how Justin Bieber has been able to look in the mirror, decide the kind of person he wants to be, and help other young artists. We're not done yet. In fact, this is the most important part. You'll test everything you've learned today by watching these interviews again without subtitles. And to make it just a little bit more challenging, I'm going to ask you a few quiz questions. Are you ready? Let's go.
So I've had your fans screaming outside my dressing room all night. How do you cope with all that screeching?
What does cope mean? To celebrate something? To deal with a difficult situation? To avoid something completely?
I'm pretty used to it now.
Fill in the blank. After years of studying, I finally, where I could understand native speakers easily. After years of studying, I finally got to the point where I could understand native speakers easily.
I got to the point where I'm just like, yeah, it's everywhere I go.
Because I came to the window and I just had a shower and my dressing gown fell open. They soon stopped screaming then, I tell you.
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn. And
what's the difference between the industry and an industry? The industry specifically refers to entertainment, showbiz, while an industry refers to any business sector.
everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
If someone turns their back on you in a second, they help you immediately, quickly abandon or reject you. Turn around to look at you.
So, yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, you know, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, you know, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because...
Complete this conversation. I'm worried about my job interview tomorrow. Don't stress. You can for support, and I'll you no matter what happens. Don't stress. You can count on me for support, and I'll be here for you no matter what happens.
People take for granted encounters, and I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, you know, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So, yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
Guys, I'm on prednisone. You ever taken that? No, for real. I've had no voice, Margot, all week. Laryngitis. And I'm on prednisone. It's a steroid. Last time I was on it, I threw my phone and shattered a mirror. And this time, I'd be crying. And I don't like doing speeches because I would rather give my platform to people.